Oh my God.
On camera.
It's okay.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
What's going on? If you don't know us, you're
Sway.
and I'm Drea. And welcome to our channel. We just got done playing Truth or Drink.
Yes, we did.
So we thought it would be interesting if we actually did our next video on how we met twisters that were not sober.
I don't know at all.
So this is gonna be really, really funny, but we figured, we'll still do this video for you guys so you can be more entertained and everything like that. But we're entertaining regardless, but
What?
oh.
I thought I was dropping. Never mind.
Woo! So we thought it was gonna be more entertaining to do this video for you guys. On how we met and how we got to where we're at today. So those of you who don't know, we are a couple. That is my girlfriend. And apparently I'm not her girlfriend, but that's okay. Oh, shut up. Anyway, nah, I'm her girlfriend. So you ain't shit. What?
I said I got something in my eye.
Anyway.
You can start, and then I'll tell you my perspective.
Okay. I don't know where to begin with this story, okay? So I'm just gonna rewind it. So we're gonna go back to 2010. Junior year, we did end up having a class together in sociology. But like I said, we didn't really have like any interaction before that. So it was kind of like a whatever. So got the class. We had a mutual friend. Shout out to Raquel. We love you. We miss you, girl. And so she basically kind of like reintroduced us in a way, and quite frankly, I kept staring at Sway, okay, like
Yeah.
hard, and only because I thought she was like super pretty, and I'm like, oh my god, like she actually is like so cute, like. But at that point in time, my sexuality was really like low key, so it was kind of like some people knew, some people didn't. I kind of like kept to myself about it most of the time, and at that point I was in a relationship, so it was kind of like really, really low key at that
Yeah,
point.
she dated someone.
I did. Sorry, Ricky. And but yeah, I just kept staring at her and everything. And I was like, wow, she's like super pretty. And she'll tell you her side of how she felt about that, but whatever. And and as the days went on, like at first it was really hard for us to get along because we were like two separate people. Our personalities were like far ends of the chart. So eventually though, we ended up getting along. We ended up, me, her, and Raquel were in a group together. We did everything together at that point in time. Well, Sway did the work.
Yes, I did.
And me and Raquel kind of fell back and did any editing if we really needed to. And but then from that point on, Sway and I really became like super duper close and kind of like took off from there. And throughout the whole entire years in high school, we were like this, like that was my best friend, like from the get-go. Like just had that like understanding after a while, and that was pretty much that in high school.
So what it was at the beginning, what I remember is I was in class, and most of the time I was always kind of like, unfortunately, I was always very smart in class, but I goofed around a lot because like I always thought school was a little boring, almost because like I knew the information most of the time. So for me, I kind of like, that's my fault. I probably should have applied myself a little more, but everything came easy to me. Like I didn't have to really study for much. I kind of just knew everything. So I kind of just was like, the easiest thing to do is just play around, goof around with friends and stuff. So I was more like a class clown. So I was in the class just being a goofball per usual. And I'm just like, ha ha ha, look over. And somebody's just.
I wasn't even staring at her. Or was I?
Yeah.
No.
It's, just imagine you just minding your business, like key with your friends, right? And all of a sudden,
Worth it.
all of a sudden you just see somebody. And so I'm like, all right. So I'm just still doing my thing, whatever, talking. I'm like, still like, is this person staring at me? And then you try to give it like a, you try to give it the blonde people smile to see if they respond back. So I was like, I gave one of those. And she said, So I'm like, all right. So I told Raquel, I said, your friend's weird. And she's like, oh no, she's just chilling. Like, you know, whatever. So then Raquel put us all in a group because she's like, yeah, you guys are like, you'll be cool. I know you'll be like cool or whatever. And I was like, we're cool. Like, I know her. I know like passing. Like, we all had mutual friends. So like, I knew her, but I didn't like know her. And so when we were in the group, like she said, we just meshed well. It was just like perfect.
It worked out. So
yeah,
well.
I was the brains and they were like the presenters pretty much of my information.
Literally.
It just worked out.
It did. I was lazy in high school. Y'all don't give a thing. I was like, whatever. I'm gonna get out here regardless. So after high school, you know, like I said, we became really close friends, best friends at that point in time. So now it's time to go to college. And we miraculously happen to go to the same exact college. Shout out to DSU Hornets. If you went to DSU, comment below. But so in college, so at one point in time, freshman year freshman year was a little busy for us. I was in nursing school. She was in forensic biology, and we were busy people.
Yeah.
Did I succeed in nursing? No. Did she succeed in forensic biology? Absolutely. But yeah, it was freshman year was really busy. We see each other every now and then, but like, you know, we were kind of like trying to figure our way through college. Yeah. But
I had worked on campus too, so I was always just working.
Yeah. We checked on each other, but that was pretty much it. But we understood.
Yeah.
We understood.
Wasn't too much.
No love lost. And after that, 2014, I ended up moving to Virginia. I missed her so much. Like, I think I like missed her more than anybody, honestly, and Piper. And and it was like kind of hard because like she was my go-to person. So like not being able to like see her and everything like that was kind of, it took a really big toll on me, which was kind of weird because she was like the main person that really like I was affected by. I was like, wow, like I really do miss Tay like a lot. And when I moved back, like a year later, it was like, oh, last a year there, right?
Yeah,
like a year. She was like the first person I saw. I was like, I have to see you like immediately, like expeditiously.
Yeah.
And
I was so excited when she moved back. I was like, but from that point, we were like inseparable when she came back. It was just like every single day from that point, we literally hung out every single day. And I was dating somebody.
I was too. Oh, wait. I was actually. No, I was. What's his name? Light skin boy. He knows who he is. Hey, fool.
Yeah, and I was dating somebody at the time, which was one of my longest relationships. And so I was heavily in a relationship, but every single day we'd find our way to hang out. This was crazy.
We did, and like even with my relationship, like it was just I didn't even care. I was just like I just want to see my best friend. That's all. Like we would hang out at Wawa all the time. We would go out to lunch. Our schedules were really like parallel to each other too.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, like she may have one class off and I had another class off, but like most of the time it was pretty consistent with each other. So
we'd meet up, and then I was working 2 jobs and 2 internships, so it became very crazy, and I still made time for it. To like, you, what are you doing? Like through breaks and everything. So we were very much like in tune.
Very much, and I was working with 3 jobs at that point in time and 21 credits. So it was like, but like I knew I had to make time for her. Like I had to. It was like one of those like I have to see my best friend. After college,
yeah, I went through a really bad breakup with the person that I was with. She went through a really bad breakup with the person she was with. And it was just like, it was horrible. So then, of course, we just fell back on each other. Not in that way, but in a friendship way. Just like comforting each other, making sure we're good, making sure we're straight with everything. And talking it out. Like whenever we needed anything, it was just like, hey, like I'm not feeling mentally okay. Like can we ride out and talk? Can we just like go out listening to music? Can we go to get something to eat? Like it was never on no like.
Usually French fries or ice cream.
For her. For me, it was just
whatever. She was going with the flow with me.
Yeah, most of the time pasta.
Pasta, yeah.
But it's just more of like literally just being we were just genuine good friends to each other, like which I loved. It was just always like whenever you need me, I'm there, like I'm down, like whatever you need.
We would call each other in the middle of the night just to talk on the phone, fell asleep on the phone.
That is so weird. That to me was always so weird that it was like even while we were in relationship, we would fall asleep on the phone with each other.
We would all the time.
Every relationship I was in, I would get accused of doing stuff with her.
Yeah, it was
And
rough.
I'm like, it's literally just my best friend. And they'd be like, there's no way. You fall asleep on the phone, you wake up together, you hang out, you're sleeping at each other's house, you're
you're
taking naps together and cuddling.
Yeah,
But
which we see now is kind of
understand.
like, but like our bond was so different. Like we were kind of like
you're showering together. You're like,
yeah, but like
but
at
like,
that point in time,
it
it wasn't
really
even
wasn't
like
like
that.
that.
Like it was literally just like we just had that bond. We were so
Yeah.
close with each other. Like it was no no weird stuff going
It
on.
really
It
wasn't.
really wasn't. It was like like that's my best friend. Like whatever. Like you know, we of course we were females. We had the same stuff. Like but we weren't like it was nothing sexual.
It was
like,
never like that. I would play.
like, yeah, like we were
'Cause I
playing
was
dumb or whatever.
afraid,
Because
you
she's
know.
but
And
like
so I would be like, give me a kiss, or say
and I'm
something like
girl,
that. And
I'm
she
like, girl,
what,
bye. Like,
girl?
get out my face. But
Now you know you're drunk when you gotta go pour yourself a drink and the lid is on. Stop playing. Everybody seen it but us. Everybody thought that we were dating or like we're doing stuff on the side. They're like, y'all just friends. We're like, no, we are just friends. They're like,
even though,
like, what?
even my mom actually called it way years before we did. Like, I think it was around like 2015, 2016. My mom was like, something's going on with y'all, or something's really gonna go on with y'all. And I'm like, no, like, there's no way. Like, that's my best friend. Like, it's not even like that. Like, we were really just genuinely just so close. Like, just had this bond. Like, we were just like, I could not live without her, and vice versa. Like, we were just each other's like backbones.
We're
Like,
so
it was kinda
tied.
like, yeah, so tied to the hip. So, but until one day, September 4th, 2017 to be exact.
Look at her good with the dates.
And I love stuff like that. Makes me happy. At this point, it was September 4th, 2017. I was talking to someone irrelevant, and she was very much single.
Single.
Well, hoes. And
No. Yes.
and always. And Sway and I are very spontaneous, like legit. Even to this day, spontaneous. We just up and just like, let's go do this, and we're like, whatever. So, you know, back in our home state, we had a lot of beaches near us and everything like that. So, you know, our beach was only a good like 20-30 minutes away. And one day we're just like, yo, let's go to the beach, call it a day, whatever. And that same exact day, we actually went to go pick up her ex, who she was technically still kind of like trying to pursue and trying to like make things work.
I was.
And then
I was in love.
And it didn't work. Like, you know, long story short, she ended up getting upset about a comment that Sway had made, and she was like, "I'm not going no more."
Yeah,
and
because she thought me and
her were doing stuff, and we
because
were
of a
not.
comment I made to her.
Yeah, and then the guy I was talking to was in his feelings about whatever he had going on, whatever. We're just like, you know what? One thing about Sway and I, we're gonna have a good day regardless.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's a bad day, we're gonna have a good day regardless. So, you know, we're like, you know what? Forget y'all.
Goodbye.
It was just me and Sway. The world did not matter at that point in time. Like, we were just having a good day. We went to go eat some ice cream. You know, we went to go walk on the beach.
Sure did.
And the guy I was talking to, he just kind of was in the distance on his own. Like, we're like, I'm like, are you gonna come with us? He's like, nah, I'm gonna sit here.
Had
And
an
I'm
attitude.
like, whole attitude. I'm like, okay, but I think it's also because he kind of knew like our connection.
Yeah,
he
he
felt some
felt
type
it.
of way.
Yeah, because we were like holding hands.
Yeah,
just, like,
but that's just us.
yeah,
Like,
we weren't like being like romantic or
Yeah.
anything. We were just holding hands and like
right,
chilling, like, you know. And
right.
I was talking about my situation, and then he was just like, "Can we like turn up and do this and this?" And then she's like,
right,
"Now's not
no.
the time to turn up."
Right.
Like, she's upset, you know. Like,
Sorry, y'all. I'm not picking my nose. My nose ring.
Oh yeah. She's like, she's upset about like what just happened with her ex. Like, she's not okay to like turn up and do all this extra. Like,
Right.
she's not okay. Like, chill out.
Right.
And had to like kind of check him a little bit. And he was like in his feelings, like, you know. But
Yeah, and like, you know, at that point in time, I was a heavy stoner. Sorry, mom. And you know, but like, I tried to like avoid it as much as I could. So I was falling back on just trying to be sober, and you know, I think he wasn't like processing that.
yeah,
And but she understood, and I love that about her. She just
yeah.
understood. She was very encouraging, very supportive. But that same exact day, like, her and I were just like, boy, bye.
I always encouraged her to be sober.
Right.
Because I always say
yeah.
you're your better self when you're sober.
Exactly.
You know?
And so, you know, her and I were like, forget you, like, go do your thing. Her and I, we decided to go on the beach. We were walking on the sand, making videos of each other, laughing
Yeah.
about dumb stuff. Like, but us being Sway and Dre. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
there was this one moment, and I don't know like what it was or like what happened, but like we just happened to just be having the time of our life, and then we just kind of like time stood still.
Yeah,
Like
it
I'm
did.
talking like in a romantic way, like legit. Time stood still, and it was like a whole like exchange of like something
Energy.
electric. It
Yeah,
was
it
like
was weird.
and like I felt it, and she felt it, but neither of us knew each other felt it. But like it was just like that moment, like we both knew, but we didn't say anything.
Yeah, it was like for the first time I seen her in a romantic light.
Yeah,
And it was kind of like, it was almost scary. It was kind of like, whoa.
yeah, it was
Like,
weird.
and I kind of like jolted back from her and kind of like looked at her and kind of was like,
Like, yeah, it was crazy.
I think I like pushed you. I was like,
You
girl,
did. You're like,
get
get
out of my face. You know, like I try to like play it off. You know, like you try to play it off in like a playful way. But then like I turned around and I was like, gosh, that was so weird.
And
That was
you know,
weird.
we just made like a ha 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 about it and everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're just like,
I was
but
shook. I was like,
the whole night, the rest of the night was like weird.
yeah,
Like, we both were like quiet.
tiptoeing a little bit, yeah.
Like,
Because it's almost like you wanted to say like, did you feel that?
yeah.
But it was
you
almost like
couldn't.
you're like, nah, I don't want to say anything because like if you think about it, that's your best friend for a long time. You don't want to ruin anything or say anything out of line, and then they're like, nah, I didn't feel nothing. Like, what you talking about? And then
Like,
you're
very
embarrassed
weird.
or you're
feel like rejected.
or you
like,
just feel like
awkward.
like you messed up your bond, and like
Yeah.
I didn't want to make you feel any type of way because you were talking to him, and then like I was fresh out of my situation, so I didn't know if I was like, I don't want you to feel like a rebound, like I was just
Yeah.
trying to make you rebounded, but it
Yeah.
wasn't that at all.
Right, and at that point in time, I wasn't even happy with the guy I was talking to. I was like, just kind of like, I was looking to the deep end. I was depressed, like really hard, but like that moment, I felt so happy and so
Yeah.
like loved and so adored and so like everything. Like the things I wanted to feel, I felt with her, and that's why it was so scary because I was like, ooh, not the person I was expecting.
Yeah, that's what was weird. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah, it was a really crazy night, and I will never forget that day now. Like it's like embedded in us now.
Yeah.
Like we love that day. So yeah, so it was really weird, and the rest of the night was kind of like we felt
awkward,
it.
yeah.
We felt it. Well, it was awkward, but at the same
in
time,
a good awkward.
way.
I don't mean
Yeah.
like awkward like it's like
don't touch me or don't talk
it's
to
a
me.
weird awkward as in like I want to say something, but
Yeah.
like I don't want to risk anything.
Right. So it was like, oh, that's really really super weird, but we made it work throughout the night, and we were
Don't
like,
mind
still
that. That's
laughing.
just our Aero Garden that just turned off.
Oh
like,
yeah. And
It's like the
plants
indoor
are
garden,
growing.
yeah.
It's so cute. And
I don't want them to be like, what the heck was that?
The aliens
Ghost?
up in here, yeah, facts.
Yeah, nah, it's just the garden back there. It
They're-
turns off. It has an auto
yeah.
light, so don't worry about
It's
it.
nighttime. It's time for them to go to bed. On the car ride home, I think we were holding hands.
Yeah, like my hand was.
It was somewhere.
It was-
on
I
my
think it was on your leg,
Yeah, and I
yeah.
just held it, but like we didn't think much of it.
It was just like a
It just
subtle kind
happened,
of. Yeah, it was just kind of like a subtle, like
and we just let
comforting
it happen.
thing.
But it worked. Like we
Yeah.
didn't feel awkward about it or anything like that, and we just kind of like.
We
And then
were
like,
just vibing to Sabrina Claudia, so
Yeah.
it's just kind of like a
shout out to Sabrina Claudia.
Yeah,
Her
it's just
music
kinda
has
like
gotten us
a-
far.
just a little
Yeah.
vibe while we were driving.
Yeah. But deep down inside, we knew.
Yeah.
But we just didn't say anything because of our circumstances.
hmm
Until.
So then it fast forwards to like her graduation party for college. And so she graduated a little later than me. And
Huh. Child, that was a long 5 years.
I mean, you graduated, so that's all that matters. But her graduation party, and it was weird because the same guy we're talking about, she was still talking to. And that night, she was like drunk. And she needed to go
Hella
upstairs.
drunk, y'all.
No, like completely
More
gone.
than now. Like, I swear to God.
And she was trying to go upstairs. She was needing to go upstairs, and so her mom's like, can like somebody, because her mom was not carrying her. So her mom's like, can somebody
Sorry, Mom.
help her upstairs? Like, hello. And he like walks over. He's like, yeah, I got you, Mom. Yeah. So I guess she must have looked at him and said, no, I don't want you. I want Tay. And then he's like, Tay, you know, they're like calling my name, Tay. And I'm like, what the heck? Mind you, I'm like talking to somebody else. I'm gone.
And she's drunk too.
I'm over there dancing, vibing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who's calling me? So I like go over there in the corner. I'm like, yes. He's like, she needs to go upstairs. I'm like, so take her upstairs. That's your girl. Like, take her upstairs. Well, they're not together, but like they're talking. So I'm like, that's your girl. Take her upstairs. And he's like, she don't want me. She wants you. She's calling for me, for you. And I'm like, she don't want me. I'm like, Drake, let him take you upstairs. And she's like, no, I want you to take me. And I'm like, okay. So I like grab her and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And her mom's like, I don't know. He was like, I was telling him to do it or something because like he's strong, so he could just like grab her and bring her up. She's not going to be able to walk. She's gone. And I was like,
don't regret it.
So I said, put your arm around me. So she like slings her arm around me, and I yike her up and just starts going up the steps, and her mom's just standing there like, and I said, Mom, and she goes, oh yeah. So then she moves out the way, but she's just looking like to say like, that's way too natural for you to just like know how to just grab her like that. And so I just grab her and I'm like looking and I'm like, her room's this way, right? And she's like, yeah.
Like,
so I go, I mean, I had that. I said, yeah, okay. So I took you to your room and whatever. And so I'm like, all right, like here, like you're in your room. Like, what do you need? And you're just like, can you give me a change? You know, you're just like being a baby or whatever. And so the whole night I pretty much took care of her. Cuddled with her all night. And like, in her drunkenness, she was like telling me she loved me. And I was like, does she think I'm somebody else? But I was like, nah, she's drunk. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Indeed, because my conscience never lies.
I was like,
never.
No. And I was like, do you know who this is? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And so I'm just like holding her. Her mom walks in mid-hold and I'm just like, and she's like, are you staying in wait a minute. And I said, no. And she's like, come down here so I can talk to you. And I said, oh. So I went downstairs and talked to her mom and I'm like, and so she's like, are you staying? And then after the talk, she's like, are you staying the night? And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna leave. So I just grabbed my stuff and left.
Which I was so sad about.
Yeah, she had called me the next day. And
I sure
like,
did call her. And actually, I think we're on the phone.
Yeah.
We stay on the phone.
Yeah, I like called her from, like I like took her phone, called myself, and then put it on speaker just so like if she like woke up from her drunkenness, she wouldn't like freak out, not knowing I was there.
You know
she was like,
crazy?
why did you go home?
Yo, I was asleep at like 10 o'clock. I was supposed to go to like a party, like my extended graduation party. I didn't make it. I was not there. I did not attend.
She's like, why did you go home? I was like, because you were drunk. And I was just laying there. And I ended up going home and whatnot. But yeah, that was an interesting night.
It was. And then the following weekend, so my graduation party was like numerous times. Like I had like multiple graduation parties, okay? Like multiple. No, there was another one the following weekend. Shout out to my best friend Ray Ray. We love you so much, Ray Ray.
My baby dad.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, and our bald head. Oh. So Ray had a party at his house. And it was like his party. It was like a Christmas party / graduation party, basically. And that night Tay was gone. She went to, where was your brother at? Pennsylvania at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
I went to Pennsylvania to visit, for Christmas. It was actually Christmas Eve as well. And I missed her so much. Like, and mind you, at this point in time, I think I was drinking again, per usual. And at that point in time, and I just remember us texting back and forth, and we were just like casually talking at first, but it was just more of like, I just remember us both basically saying to each other like we missed each other like so much, but like not in that way. It was like a more romantic way. Like we were just like legit, like I can't stop thinking about you. Like you were like, I always want to be with you. I want to like cuddle you. I want to just like be around you right now. Like I don't know what it is, but like I want you.
Yeah.
And it was so mutual. I don't know who said anything. I think I said it first.
Yeah.
I said it first, yeah. And I was, like I said, I was drunk. So I was like basically confessing all this stuff to her. Like, I was like, I want you. Like, I want to be around you. I want nothing but you right now. I miss you. Like, and, you know, she finally was just like, look, like, I know you felt everything. I feel it. You feel it. I know you feel it. Like, you know, and after that, it was kind of like a easy exchange with each other. It was like a hand in hand, like we should try to just work this out. Like, obviously I can't hold back my feelings, she can't hold back her feelings anymore, and we're just like, we gotta figure out something. Like, something's gotta give. Like,
and for me, it was more of just letting her know, like, her self-worth, you know. Like, I
didn't have at all.
It was just, she was only staying with that guy just kind of like for companionship, it seemed, you know. And
basically,
and so I was pretty much telling her, like, I know you deserve better, because he was dogging her, you know. I know you deserve better, and rather than like me setting you up on a blind date and giving you better, you know, or like trying to hook you up with better, there's no one who can treat you better than I can.
And there was no one that knew me better than her either. Like, she knew me from top to bottom. No, not like that. Top to bottom. I mean, like that too, but and like knew my heart, knew the type of person who I really was. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know my worth. I was like spiraling downhill, but she was the only person that believed in me, that actually knew that I can get back to myself again. Was patient with me. It was kind to me. It was like loved on me as much as I needed it. I needed it because I didn't really know how to love myself. So,
I literally told her, let me show you what true love feels like, and what true love like looks like.
Yes. And
she was just like, because I literally asked her, I said, because she was like, let's just do this then, like, let's try it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? And I said, a lot can happen, because I was the hesitant one. I was like, a lot could happen. We could lose a friendship, we could, and I started naming a whole list of stuff. I said, but let me ask you this question. I said, have you been in love before? And she said, yeah, of course I've been in love before. And I said, what did that look like for you? What is love for you? And she explained what love was to her. And instantly I knew she's never been in love before. Like, she's been in fake love, but not in real love, because all the definitions of things she was giving me in love, like what love was temporary, and like what they can do for her and like what she can do for them is always situational. Like every scenario you was giving me of what you thought love was situational, of what you guys can do for each other, and not unconditional. And that's not what love was.
And it doesn't help that I was young. I was very young, and everything like that. So when you're young and you think you know it all, but you really don't. So it was more of like a trial and error type of thing. So like her giving me that real experience was scary, but it was so worth it. It was just like we were both scared, because we're best friends. Like, how is this gonna work? Like, and we were like nervous. Like, we just don't want anything to be ruined. But we felt like it was so worth the risk, because at the end that we knew for a fact, we made that agreement, like, we're gonna be best friends regardless. Like, this doesn't work, it doesn't work. We still wanna be cool. We're gonna love each other. We're still gonna be best friends. It's cool, but let's just try it.
For sure.
It was scary at first. It was really scary, and of course we had trial and error, and you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. We've had ups and downs. We've had everything, like your typical relationship. Learning each other in a relationship. And everything like that, learning about not just each other, but more about ourselves. And
it's different.
It's really different.
It's different when you're best friends first, and you transition to that lover stage.
It's so different.
You know, it's better. But it's different.
It's very different.
It's harder because you know somebody, but you don't know them as a lover. You know them as a friend, and then things change, and you're like, who are you? But they never changed. You just didn't know them as a lover, so you have to relearn them.
Exactly.
You have to grow with them. You have to understand them. You know, like,
and
it's
then,
different.
You know, Sway was so patient, so kind, so loving, so just like everything. Like I wish I could tell y'all like exactly how I really felt, but that's for my vows later on, so we'll keep that. But you know, she was so understanding, and that's something I never got, was understanding. Someone that actually took the time to really understand me and was actually like patient with me to the point where it was like, I want to help you. I want to help you understand your worth. I want to actually show you what love is and everything like that. Never used me. It was like very just like, even when I self-destructed, she was still there, you know, like, and I thank her so much for that. Like, you know, she's brought me so far to a whole nother wonders of myself, and you know, I just love you.
But see, that's unconditional love.
And that's why I love you so much.
I love you too. That's unconditional. It's not supposed to be like that.
Right.
They're supposed to be there. They're supposed to stay there. And that's why I made the statement, no one can love you. It's not one of those statements where it's like, oh my God, that's toxic, or like,
Oh
my
my
God.
on camera.
it's okay. It's not one of those toxic things. You know how some people say, like, if I, you know, you'll never have better than me. It's not a toxic thing said. It was the confidence in me knowing that no one will ever love you the way that I love you. It's a fact, because I know how much I love you, and I know the magnitude that I love you. No one can. So,
Oh, see y'all.
that's okay. They
Can't
know
be
you're
messed up.
they know you're sensitive.
Very. I'm very sensitive to her.
Yeah.
Anyone else? No, her. Absolutely. I'm just a big giant princess. So, long story short, y'all. December 17th. That's the day we declared, officially, which was the day of my graduation. And the day I started confessing everything to her. So we were like, December 17th will be our day. And this year will be 6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
6 years, and how many years of friendship?
14.
14.
So we declared 2024 our year.
That is going to
For
be
sure. It is our number. We got so many dates set for a whole bunch of things. Like, please stay tuned and rock with us, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we are so
Subscribe.
So yes, please. Like, we are
Comment, like.
so excited to share our lives with you and our journey with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, we're so excited, and especially those of you. Shout out to the LGBTQ community.
Yes.
We are so thrilled to be like here and being able to share our story with not just you guys but everyone, and being able to really just be raw with you guys. Seriously.
And shout out to the LGBT community of the people who grew up in a religious family, such as myself.
Yes.
If no one understands you, if no one sees you, if no one hears you, I see you, I hear you, I'm with you.
Yes.
Because it's the hardest thing. I hear you.
Yes.
It's the hardest thing, having to hide who you are, having to mask who you are.
Yes.
Just to feel like you're just like everybody else, and just to feel like you're not gonna go to hell, you know, like until you build that relationship for yourself with God, and you really like figure out who you are as a person. It's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. And you will lose people in the process, and that is okay. I've had to learn that is okay.
That is
like,
okay.
Me moving away was the best thing I've ever done for my life, for myself, and for my mental health.
Yes.
You cannot pretend your whole life to be something you're not.
Be
Just be
who
you. Just
are.
be free.
For your pride.
It's just
man.
for yourself.
Okay?
Like,
literally.
live.
Live.
It really does feel great.
And if you guys ever need a safe space, Sway and I are more than happy
Oh, yeah.
to be that safe space for you guys. We are very much advocates of our people, like literally. And just don't be afraid to message us, comment below if you just want us to reach out to you. Like, we are more than happy.
For sure.
Seriously. You have support. You are very much loved.
For sure.
Always. Every single day, 365 days a year, 366 on a leap year.
Yo, don't start.
Yes, ma'am.
But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to our story of how we met and how this happened.
Yes.
If you are here, actually, if you are here from our high school, comment down below.
That will be what? Caesar Ronnie High School.
Comment down below.
Class of 2012.
And say how you met us.
Yes.
If you are here from college and you went to college with us, comment down below.
Yes.
If you met us anywhere that you've met us in our lifetime and in this journey, let us know. So comment down below and say how you know us and where you met us in this journey of our life. And because this kind of ended on more of like a mushy note and like a we're gonna end this off with like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell.
Yes.
And
That bell. Ring a ding ding.
ring a ding ding. And we're going to end this off with a hug. Usually I say my bye and hit the camera. I'm not going to hit y'all today. We're going to give you a hug. So, bye.
Oh.